Next topic is our cash book. In subsidiary books we have completed purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, sales return book. These 4 books we have completed. Next book is your cash book. In cash book we record the transactions related to cash and bank. Transaction related to cash and bank is directly recorded by us in the cash book. As you know that goods purchased on credit is recorded directly in the purchase book, in the subsidiary books, that is your purchase book. Under the subsidiary books, in which book we record? Goods purchased on credit, purchase book. Similarly, goods sold on credit recorded in sales book. Goods which was purchased on credit, if the same goods is returned, then that will be recorded in purchase return book. And if the goods sold on credit and if that same goods is returned by the customer due to any reason, that will be recorded by us in the sales return book. Similarly, in the cash book, we record only those transactions which are related to cash and bank. Cash and bank may be in debit or maybe in the credit in the journal. So, without recording in journal, no need to record the transaction in journal when we maintain the subsidiary books, okay, original books of entries. When we are maintaining it, it means we will directly record the transaction related to cash to the cash book, directly in the cash book. From the source document we prepare the voucher, and from voucher we directly record the cash transaction into the cash book, directly into cash book. So both cash and cash transactions and bank transaction, whether cash and bank is on debit of a transactions or cash or bank is on credit of a transactions, or cash or bank is on debit and credit both side. Okay, maybe in the transaction cash or bank is credit, cash or bank is credit, or some other account is debit, some other account. Okay, and maybe cash or bank is debit and some other account is credit. This will be recorded in the cash book. Or cash account debit or bank account debit, this will also be recorded in the cash book. Or bank account debit and cash account debit, this also be recorded in cash book. So the cash book is a subsidiary books. Directly the transaction related to cash and bank are recorded in the cash book. Cash book is what? Cash book is a subsidiary books. Cash book is a subsidiary books of original entry. And as well as cash book is also called a principal book. Cash book is also called principal book because when we operate cash book, we are not going to pass the journal of cash account and bank account. Ledger of cash and ledger of bank we are not going to prepare. We are not going to prepare the ledger of cash and ledger of bank. Ledger of cash account and the ledger of bank account we are not going to prepare. These two ledger is not going to prepare when we prepare cash book. Okay. So cash book is also a ledger. Cash book is also a ledger of cash and bank account, and cash book is a subsidiary books. That's why we say that the cash book is subsidiary books as well as principal book. That's why it is called journalized ledger. Journalized ledger. Journalized ledger. Cash book is also called journalized ledger. Here we record the transaction directly from where? From the source document source document, we record it in voucher, and from voucher we record directly in the cash book. Cash book related to transaction related to cash and bank is directly recorded in the cash book, not through the journal entry. Transaction related to cash and bank will be directly recorded in cash book. That's why it solves the purpose of journal. So cash book is called journalized ledger. Principal book is ledger. Why it is journalized ledger? Because when we maintain cash book, it means we are not going to prepare the ledger of cash and bank. Cash book itself a ledger also, serve the function of ledger also, fulfill the objective of ledger of cash and bank. That's why cash book is called journalized ledger. And cash book is prepared. There are the three different format of a cash book. Three different format. Number one is single column cash book. Single column cash book means only cash or bank, either cash or bank in the column. Single column cash book, only one column, either for cash or banks. Second is double column cash book. Here cash and bank both, it's a double column cash book. Okay, third one is your petty cash book. Here we record, in petty cash book we record the cash expenses of the small amount when we do the payment of a small amount like freight, cartage, okay, wages to the daily worker, stationery, refreshment. Then we write in the petty cash book. Small expenses, nominal expenses, small expenses are recorded in petty cash book instead of cash book. We don't want to overburden the cash book, or the cash book should not be bulky. So to reduce the burden in the cash book or reduce the entry in the cash book, so small expenses are recorded by us not in the cash book but in the petty cash book. Okay, in the petty cash book. This petty cash book is maintained by petty cashier, and this cash book is maintained by head cashier. And this is maintained by petty cashier. Okay, petty cashier. So there are the three different book, cash book, single column cash book, only cash or bank, either of the. Double column cash book, both cash and bank. Petty cash book, small expenses are recorded separately in the petty cash book without disturbing the cash book. Okay, so head cashier burden is shifted to the petty cashier, and the cash book will be less. Cash book should not be bulky. It should be huge amount, or the big amount will be recorded by us in the cash book. We fix a amount that we will not record the amount above than that into the petty cash book. Suppose we have fixed that the expenses below 1000 or up to 1000 will be recorded here, and expenses above 1000 will be recorded in the cash book, so that the cash book will not be, or cash book won't be overburdened. Okay, so in short, in cash book we record the transaction related to cash and bank only, cash and bank. So it may be a double column cash book, it may be a single column cash book. Now we see the format of a cash book. We'll see the format of a cash book. Okay. See the format of cash book. Format of cash book. Double column cash book. I am going to operate the double column cash book. Double column cash book. Okay. Double column. Double column cash book. Okay. In the double column cash book, I am going to operate the column of cash and bank both. Double column में cash and bank both at a time. So date, this side, this is your debit side. This is your debit side. Date, particular receipts. This is for voucher number. Voucher number. This is for ledger folio. And this is for your cash column. This is your bank column. Amount is divided into two. One is for cash column. All entry related to cash will be here. All entry related to bank will be here. If cash and bank is on debit, so we'll write in the debit side. Same information, same column is this side. Date, particular, voucher number, LF, amount in rupees, cash and bank. But this particular is for payment side. When we do the payment, means cash and bank is credit. When the cash and bank is credit, in the journal cash and bank is credit, then we do the posting this side. So this is the format of a cash book. It's a double column cash book. I say it's a double column because amount column, there is a two amount column. One column is for cash, another column is for bank. Cash and bank. Debit side, two column for the amount cash and bank. Credit side as well, two column cash and bank. That's why this format is, cash book format is called double column cash book. Double column cash book. Okay. In our syllabus, single column cash book, single column cash book, we have to see. Second, double column cash book, double column cash book. Okay, double column cash book. In double column cash book, cash and bank, cash and bank column, cash and bank column. However, it may be cash and discount is also called double column cash book, but discount we are not maintaining here. Discount we maintain in the journal proper. So cash and bank column. In double column cash book, we have to see cash and bank column, this one. So single column, where only one column for the amount, cash or bank, either cash or bank, then is a single column cash book. For instance, in single column cash book, there will be one single column for the amount, one single column for the amount, one single column. Cash, suppose cash column, then it's a single column cash book. It's a single column cash book. Okay, it's a single column cash book. There will be only one column. So this is for single column cash book. Only cash information will be here. Only information of cash. Is it clear? Only information of cash. This is single column cash book. Okay, single column cash book. It's a single column cash book. Here we write only the cash transaction, cash debit and cash credit. Single column cash book may be only bank column, then it's a bank. It's a bank. So it's also a single column cash book, but only it's a single column cash book. Single column. Single column may be cash or bank. Double colon cash book, cash and bank. Single colon cash book, cash or bank. Double colon cash book, cash and bank both. So it's a single colon cash book of bank. Bank, single colon. If it is a cash colon, then we will write cash only. Cash, only cash. Is it clear? It's a cash, single colon. Double colon cash book, you divide this space and two. One is for cash, one is for bank. Then it's a double colon. One is for cash and another is for bank. This is for cash colon, this is for bank colon. Then it's a double colon cash book. Then it's a double colon cash book. This one, double colon cash book. So single colon cash book and double colon cash book. Is it clear? Now see the next question. See the question based on single colon cash book. Okay. Here we will operate one single colon of cash. Question is enter the following in the single colon cash book. So format is this: cash book, only cash colon. Okay, only cash colon. So there are two sides, debit. This is the debit side, date, particular. This particular is for receipt, voucher number, ledger folio, amount. This amount in rupees for which? Cash. This is for cash, only for cash. Date, again this side is your credit side, this side is your credit side. Date, particular, this particular is for payment. This side we will write payments. This side we will write payments. Okay. Voucher number, LF, and amount in rupees. This is for ledger folio, and amount in, this is for rupees, cash. This is the cash column. Cash column. This side is your debit side and this side is your credit side. Okay. So first one is on 2019 December 1st, cash in hand. So 2019 is the year. You write the year both side, 2019 in the date column. In the date column. And first one is cash in hand. Cash have always a debit balance. If there is a balance in cash, it means it has a debit balance. Cash never be the credit balance. Okay. So in this side we will write December 31st. This is the opening cash balance. So we will write to balance brought down. This balance is brought down from the previous month balance. Previous month means November month's 30th November balance is brought down on 1st December. Okay. So this is the opening balance on December 1st. Opening balance of December 1st. Opening balance of December 1st, which is brought down from the previous month. Previous month was November. November end balance, 30th November balance is brought down on the first day of the December. And cash have always a debit balance. If there is any balance amount reflecting in cash, it means it's a debit balance. Okay. Cash may be no balance, but if the balance is indicating, it means it's a debit balance. Cash never be the credit balance. Okay. Next is cash sales. Cash sales, you know the entry of this transaction. Cash sales CGST 6% and SGST 6%. If I say you pass the journal entry, definitely you pass the journal entry like this: cash account debit to sales account to output CGST to output SGST account. Yes, sales is 40,000 is the sales amount, and CGST and SGST is 6%. So 6% of 40,000, it is 2,400. 2,400. So 00844 44,800. So cash is on debit. So we'll do the posting in the debit side. This is the debit side of cash book. Debit side, we'll do the posting. It is confirmed because cash is on debit. So we'll do the posting in the debit side. First we'll write the month, December. This is which one? December. Date is 2nd. Start with the 2. And opposite of cash is which account? Sales. So we'll write to sales. Next, which account? Opposite of cash? Output. CGST account. Next one is output. SGST account. So we'll write 40,000 in front of sales. 40,000 in front of sales. This one. 2,400 in front of CGST and SGST 2,400. So total, this three total is how much? 44,800. So we have posted in the debit side of cash account in the cash column 44,800. The same thing we do in the ledger as well. You just imagine that we are preparing the cash ledger of cash. Okay, ledger of cash, and accordingly you apply the rules. So before recording directly into the cash book, we have to know the two things. Number one, we have to know the journal entry of cash. We have to know the journal entries all, and thereafter we have to know the ledger posting. If I know the two things, journal and ledger, then operating cash book is easy. Operating cash book is quite easy. So this one is clear. This transaction, cash sales. Next is received from X on behalf of Y. Received. So cash account debit to Y account. How much amount we have received? 4,000 received from X on behalf of Y. So it means this amount is paid by Y. I have received this amount from X, but on behalf of Y, it means this amount is given by Y. So Y's account will be credit. Here in this journal, cash is on debit, so we'll do the entry in the debit side. Date is 4. We'll write to Y's account. Opposite of cash is which account? Y. So we'll write the 4,000 over here. 4,000. Okay. Next is paid to Sompal. So Sompal account debit, Sompal to cash to discount received. Discount received. Paid to Sompal 4,900. So cash account will be credited with the 4,900. Thereafter it has written discount received 100. Discount received is how much? It is 100. So Sompal account will be debited with 5,000. So paid to Sompal 4,900, discount received 100. So cash will be credited with the 4,900, discount received will credit by 100 rupees because it comes under nominal account. All incomes and gains are credited, and Sompal is debited because he is the receiver. So here in this transaction, you see cash is where? Cash is on credit. Cash is on credit. So we'll do the posting this side, credit side. Credit side of cash book. Credit side. Write the date first. Date is December 9. December 9. So cash is on credit. So we'll write in the credit side of cash book. In the cash column, we are going to write what we will write here. We know that the credit side we start with the buy. Start with the word buy. Opposite of cash is which account? Opposite of cash. Cash is on credit. So opposite side means debit side. Sompal is on debit. Sompal. Which amount we will write? Cash amount or Sompal amount? Cash account. Cash amount we will write. we will write cash amount because we are operating cash book. Cash, we are handling cash. So our focus is on this amount. Okay. Next is received from Bijay Kumar and discount allowed. Received from Bijay Kumar. So cash account debit, discount allowed account debit to Vijay Kumar. Yes. So received cash from Vijay Kumar 7,800. Discount allowed is 200. So it is 8,000. Received cash from Bijay Kumar. So cash will be debited by 7,800. Discount allowed will be debited because discount allowed comes under nominal account. All expenses debit. And Bijay Kumar is the giver. You know the journal? If you know the journal, then it is easy to record this transaction directly into the cash book in the original book. Okay? Cash book. So cash is on debit. So we'll write in the debit side to date is 12. To which account will write? Opposite of cash is which account? Opposite. Cash is on debit. So opposite side is on credit side Vijay Kumar. So we'll write the Vijay Kumar. Vijay Kumar. Okay. So which amount we will write? This amount or this amount? We will write this amount 7,800. Not the amount of Vijay Kumar. This amount we are not going to write. We will write over here in the particular to Bijay Kumar. Opposite of cash is to Bijay Kumar, but the amount we will write this one. Okay, this is the rules of ledger posting. Next is bought goods for cash. Bought goods for cash. CGST 6% and SGST 6%. So entry will be purchase account debit. Yes, input CGST, input SGST to cash account. Yes. So bought goods for cash rupees 20,000 and CGST is at the rate of 6%. 6% of 20,000. 6% of 20,000. How much it is? 1200. This is also 6% SGST 1200. So total is 22,400. Cash goes out is 22,400. So cash is on credit. Which side cash is? Cash is on credit. Our focus is on cash. So cash is on credit. So in the cash book, credit side will do the posting in the cash column. What we will write in opposite of cash is which account? There are the three accounts. Okay, there are three account. Date is 20. By purchase account, this one. By input CGST account, correct, to input SGST account. So purchase is 20,000. Input CGST is 1200, output input SGST is 1200. So posting is clear. Why we have posted credit side? Because cash is on credit. So we'll do the posting in the credit side. This is your credit side. This is your debit side. Credit side means payment side. We have done this much payment. So opposite of cash is which account? Purchase, input CGST, input SGST. So purchase, input CGST, input SGST. If you see the total of these three amount, this is equal to 22,400. 22,400. So is it clear? Posting is clear. Now see the next. Paid cartage, CGST 6% and SGST 6%. So when we pay the cartage, you know the entry, cartage account debit, input CGST, input SGST to cash account. So cartage amount is how much? Paid cartage 1,000 and CGST is, and SGST is at the rate of 6%. So 6% of 1000, 6% of which amount? 1000. It is 60 rupees. 60 rupees CGST, 60 SGST. So here cash is, so here the cash is 1120. So cash is on credit, cash is on credit. So we'll do the posting in the credit side. Date is 21st. By opposite of cash is 3 account in debit side. Cartage account, input, CGST account, input, SGST account. Yes, cartage is 1000, CGST 60, SGST 60. So total of these three is 1120. So we have posted in the credit side 1120. Next is remitted to. Next is remitted. Remitted to whom? Remitted to Dharamveer and discount allowed by him. Remitted means we have paid. So Dharamveer account debit, Dharamveer account debit to cash account to discount received. So how much amount we have remitted Dharamveer? 1880 and 120 is the discount. So it is 2000. Dharamveer account debit 2000 because discount allowed by him. If the person has allowed me discount, it means discount is received by us. Received. We have received the discount because we have remitted, we have paid the Dharamveer. He has allowed me and discount allowed by him. So when he allowed the discounts, it means I have received the discount. So cash is on credit. So credit side will write on 23rd by Dharamveer account. So cash is on credit. So credit side will write 1880. We'll write the cash amount. Which amount? Cash amount, not the Dharamveer amount. Okay? Not the Dharamveer amount. We'll write the cash amount. This amount we'll write. Next. Receipt MO from Mohan. MO means money order. Received MO from Mohan means we have received money order. Money order normally we receive from the post office. So when we receive the money order from the post office, we'll get the cash to from whom we have received. Mohan has sent the money order. Mohan has sent it. So we have received the money order from Mohan. Mohan has sent the money order and we have received that amount from the post office. So cash comes in the business and Mohan is the giver. So cash is on debit. So we'll do the posting in the debit side. On 25th, we'll write to Mohan. Amount of money order is 500. Amount of money order is how much amount? It is 500. It is 500. Okay? It is 500. Now come to the next. Transaction. Received from borrowed from Mahavir. So cash account debit to loan from Mahavir. We write the loan from Mahavir or we write the Mahavir's loan. We have taken loan from Mahavir. We have borrowed the money from Mahavir. It means Mahavir loan account will be credited and cash which will be debited is 7,500. So 7,500 cash account debit to Mahavir loan 7,500. Cash is on debit, so we'll do the posting in the debit side. Date is 27 to Mahavir. Name is Mahavir Veer's loan account. Loan account. Loan amount is 7,500. 7,500. Next is received from Bhushan allowed him discount. Received from Bhushan. So cash account debit, discount allowed account debit to Bhushan account. To Bhushan account. So how much amount we have received? 3,900. 100 is the discount. So Bhushan account will be credited by 4,000. Credited by 4,000. So cash is on debit. Here the cash is on debit. So we'll do the posting in the debit side of cash column. So first of all you write the date 29 to opposite of cash is which account? Bhushan account. So we'll write the Bhushan account. Bhushan's account. Okay. Amount is how much? Which amount we will write? 3,900. This amount we will write. We write the to Bhushan, but amount we will write 3,900. Next is paid to Lalit 2,700 in full settlement of his account 3,000. Paid to Lalit. Lalit account debit. To cash account. To discount received. Received. So paid to Lalit 2,700 we have paid it. However, we have to pay this much. It means he has given discount of rupees 300 discount given by him. So cash is on credit. Cash is on credit. So we'll write in the credit side on 31st by Lalit. Lalit account. Okay. Credit side. Cash is on credit. So credit side by Lalit. Amount will be 2,700. This amount we will write. We will write this amount. Okay. 2,700. That's it. This is the transaction. Now we do the total and find out the balancing figure. Now we will do the total and find out the balancing figure of this cash book. Which side is more? Now we'll do the total of this side. This side total is, do the total of this side. Okay. 0, 0, 0, 0, 8, 8, 16, 16 or 5, 21, 26, 26 or 9, 35. 3 carry, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23, 30, 33. 3 carry, 93,500. 93,500. Same total we will write it over here. Same total what? This is this total. Same total we will write it over here. 93,500. Now I'm going to do the total of this side. 0, 0, 0, 3 and 3, 33,000. So difference is 0, 0, 5, 0, 60. This is the difference amount. So this difference amount we will write it by balance, balance carried down. This is the difference amount, and this balance will be brought down over here in the debit side. Next month is after December. Next month is in 2020. Year will change. January 1st. To balance brought down. This balance 60,500. So this balance will be brought down. This side. This balance indicate that debit side total 93,500 This is the total of debit side, and credit side total is 33,000. Debit side total exceed the credit side total by this much amount, 60,500. It means this balance is debit balance. This balance is debit minus credit. So debit side total is more, credit side total is less. So balance will be this minus this is this, and this balance indicate the debit balance because debit exceed the credit by this much amount. So this is the balancing figure, and this balancing figure we calculate it at the end of the month, and next month this balance will be brought down in the opposite side because cash have a debit balance. It has debit balance, so debit side will write to balance brought down on first day of the next month. So December 2019, next date is 2020 January 1st, to balance brought down. Here it is not necessary to write the account in front of the personal account like Lalit, Dharambir. Okay, so no need to write this account. You may write without account, okay, as well. Okay, is it clear? So this is a single column cash book, single column cash book. So once again, this side is debit, date particular, this particular is for receipt, voucher number, ledger folio, or an amount for cash. This is for debit side, and this column is for cash column. I am operating cash book only with the cash column, cash transactions. Again the same thing is in the credit side, date particular, but this particular is for payment, voucher number, LF, amount for cash, credit side. So we do the posting accordingly as we do the posting in the ledger. Same thing will be applied over here. The ledger of rules will be applied. So if you have a knowledge of journal and knowledge of ledger, you can easily operate cash book. So when we operate cash book, we are not going to pass the journal entry related to cash and bank. That will be directly recorded by us in the original book, cash book, directly without journal. Cash book is also a journalized ledger. It is called journalized ledger. It play the role of journal as well as play the role of ledger. So when we are preparing cash book, it means we are not going to prepare cash account. We are not going to prepare the ledger of cash. Okay. From here we will post into the ledger of purchase, Somlal, Sompal, import, CGST will post in these ledger. In these ledger we do the posting, but we are not going to prepare the ledger of cash, because cash book also serve the function of ledger. As well as when we are operating cash book, principal book, okay, it means original book, it means no journal entry will be passed related to cash and bank transactions. That will all directly recorded by us in the cash book. Okay, I have passed the journal entry in the rough so that you know the journal, because accordingly you do the posting. To recall your journal, I have passed it here in the working note, because of that you recall it, the journal, and you apply the rules of ledger. You apply the rules of ledger to record in cash book. Okay.